The unemployment rate inched down in July after rising in June. Overall job growth slowed and looked weak compared to recent trends, and temporary help services posted solid growth in July. But a lot of the credit for that strong temporary help services growth had much to do with the revision to the June number. Hello, this is Bruce Steinberg of SteinbergEmploymentResearch.com reviewing July 2018 U.S. employment trends and developments. The Current Population Survey, or CPS, but commonly known as the Household Survey, reports the unemployment rate incrementally declined to 3.9% in July from June's 4.0%. The size of the civilian labor force increased by 105,000 in July, and there were almost 390,000 more employed persons, while there were more than 280,000 fewer unemployed persons. In addition, there were almost 100,000 more persons classified as not in the workforce. Going back briefly to June, the labor force had increased by more than 600,000, while there were only 102,000 more employed persons and almost 500,000 more unemployed persons. So, although the labor force did not grow much in July, it did in June, which caused June's unemployment rate to increase, but apparently many of those people who entered or re-entered the labor force in June and considered unemployed at that time are now employed in July. The number of non-farm jobs increased by only 157,000 in July, which was weaker than June's growth of 248,000 and also slower than the 190,000 increase the economy experienced in July 2017. The private goods producing sector was up 52,000 jobs in July, and that was the same as June's growth. A year ago in July 2017, it was down 8,000. Manufacturing added 37,000 jobs in July after increasing by 33,000 in June. A year ago, in July 2017, manufacturing was down 4,000. The construction sector built 19,000 more jobs in July that followed a gain of 13,000 in June. A year ago, in July 2017, it declined by 6,000 jobs. Mining and logging was down 4,000 jobs in July after adding 6,000 in June. A year ago, in July 2017, it was up 2,000. The private service providing sector increased by 118,000 jobs in July, which was not as strong as June's gain of 182,000. A year ago, in June 2017, it was up 196,000. The retail trade sector added 7,100 jobs to its inventory in July after removing more than 20,000 in June. A year ago, in July 2017, it was incrementally down by only 1,000 jobs. The professional and business services sector experienced growth of 51,000 jobs in July, and that was an improvement from the 43,000 job growth seen in June. A year ago, in July 2017, it was up 53,000 jobs. Computer systems design and related services increased 8,300 jobs in July, and that computes to better than the 5,500 it gained in June. The education and health services sector added 22,000 jobs in July, with its healthcare and social services component increasing by more than 33,000 jobs. Home health care services condition improved with a gain of 5,600 jobs in July, which was better than the 1,500 jobs it added in June. The leisure and hospitality sector was up 40,000 jobs in July, and that was better than the 34,000 it added in June. A year ago, in July 2017, it was up 63,000. The total number of government jobs was down 13,000. In July, the federal government was up 2,000, state government was up 5,000, but local government was down 20,000, with almost 14,000 of that decline due to its local educational subsector. The roller coaster that is temporary help services climbed higher in July, with the total number of temporary help services jobs up to 3,053,100, which works out to a 27,900 job increase from June, or up 0.92% from the previous month and up 3.27% from July 2017. However, the reason for the exceptionally large increase in July for temporary help services, which was the largest month-over-month increase since September 2016, is that June's now calculated decline of 7,500 was initially reported as an increase of 9,300 last month. Temporary help services portion of all jobs was up in July and now stands at 2.0473% compared to June's 2.0307% and is approaching its zenith of 2.0507 that was reached in December 2015. A year ago, in July 2017, it was 2.0149%, and 2 years ago, in July 2016, it was 1.9911%. Last month, we concluded by saying the rise in the unemployment rate is not a major concern at this stage of the economic cycle because it probably indicates people have confidence in their employment prospects, so they re-enter the job market. Well, it looks like it took them a month to find a job because many who showed up as unemployed in June were marked as employed in July. And if anyone is looking for signs of wage inflation, overall hourly wages were up 0.3% in July from June and up 2.7% from July 2017. Much of this increase is at the lower end of the skills spectrum and could be a reflection of both higher minimum wages and employers needing to raise wages in order to secure employment commitments from workers. This has been Bruce Steinberg, and this is just a brief sample of the employment data and analysis we provide.